going to have to bad cleanup here. But I guess not. Well, Howie, thank you for being so gracious. I'm not sure, aside from Steve Rubin, I'm not sure any of us were really, really happy when we were in high school. So I wanted to reflect on that for just a moment, because, you know, when I was in high school, I was so uptight.
Yes.
I was so worried about everything. You know, if I could just kiss Sarah Lee Tuckfeld on the porch of her house, then I'll be happy. You know, it was like, you know, if I could just get good grades, you know, and score well on the SATs, then I'll get in a good college, and then I'll be happy. And I got into a good college, and I was so unhappy there, I had to transfer to another college. And then I thought, well, you know, if I could just get out of college and I could get into medical school, then I'll be happy. And I got into medical school, and I swear, if I could just get out of medical school, I'm sure I'm going to be happy. If I could just get a good residency, then I'll be happy. If I could just meet somebody and fall in love, which I did, then I'll be happy. If we could just have a kid, then I'll be happy. If I could just find a good job, then I'll be happy. And if I could just retire, then I'll be happy. Now, you sort of see where this is headed, okay? And the next stop on this doesn't look like a happy place. So I have literally spent 40 years studying the science of happiness and trying to figure this out. And I just want to share with you 3 things that I think I've learned and are kind of supported by the science on what makes people happy. You know that country western song, "Looking for love in all the wrong places"? Well, I think a lot of us have spent a huge amount of time looking for happiness in all the wrong places. So, all right, so the first thing I figured out is, actually, I was getting happier all along that journey. Was it perfect happiness? No. And that little hunger to want a little bit more, to be a little more happy, and so on, was actually healthy. And it was part of being happy. So that was the first thing I learned. The second thing I learned is it isn't the big events in my life or people's lives, which we ascribe as being the most important. It's those small, everyday experiences and savoring those and being really present with those that seem to be the happiest kinds of moments. And so I know it's hard to believe, but you see, right now, this is the happiest I can possibly be in my life. That moment that just went by, whoa, and it was really fast. And so I really appreciate having an opportunity to connect with a past part of my life. Now, a lot of us want to forget that. And actually, truthfully, most of them who wanted to forget it didn't come to the reunion. Okay? They don't want to have anything to do with it. I'm so pleased that so many of you from my past and shared past have decided to come here. Because there's something about connecting with our past, even though we've changed and we're different, that is an important part of being happy. And so this didn't happen by accident. A lot of people spent a lot of time working on bringing us together. And some of us were squirrelier than others in terms of making the commitment. But I want to thank those who made the commitment, and I especially want to go back and thank the committee that put in all the work. And then the last thing I just want to share with you is I've been very keen on this idea of writing thank you notes. And actually, there's a whole bunch of studies that showed if people would just sit down and think of somebody from their past that they were really grateful for, like a Mrs. Mussoff.
Oh, bless you.
And write them a note about how much you are grateful and appreciated the difference that they made in your life. That it actually has a phenomenal effect, not just on the person who gets the thank you card, but on the person who actually writes it. So I'd like to just kind of offer and invite you, if there was somebody really special in your life who made a difference, maybe somebody you haven't been in contact for a long time, or actually it could be somebody who you're with every single day, and yet they don't necessarily know how special they are to you. And so I'd just like to kind of offer and invite you to think of somebody who is really special, made a difference in your life, and make sure that they know how special they are in your life. So to all of you, thank you very much again to the committee. The last thing I just want to clear up is I'm not actually sure I'm the student council president, so let's just clear this up. There was an election, yes. I did run against Louis, okay, and my campaign director was Harold Harris. And after the campaign was over and the votes were counted and I won the student council presidency, Harold began to have a twinge of his conscience that he had voted many times. And he wrote an editorial in the foreword, if I could ever find it, in which he confessed having voted many, many times. He was viewed as a hero for that kind of self-disclosure, and I have had this cloud hanging over me for now 45 years. All right, so let's do the vote right now. All right, Louis, you don't get a speech. Okay, all right. We'll do it by secret ballot. There'll be ballots out there and so on. And at the 50th reunion, we'll announce who your real student council president is. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. As I understand from the Rivers Club, all the food is ready at the station, so everybody